Hello and welcome to Be Yoga with Jakki. My name is Jakki and today's practice is a gentle waking up of the body flow. Beginning low on the ground, slowly waking our bodies up before moving into a standing sun salutation sequence. So join me on the mat. Well, we're going to begin in a comfortable seated cross-legged position if that is comfortable and available to you. If you have a cushion nearby, you can sit up on that to lift the hips a little, or you can even begin the first part of this practice seated in a chair with the feet flat on the floor. So I invite you to close down your eyes or lower the gaze, allowing yourself to go inwards and arrive here. Doing a quick scan of the body, checking in, inquiring how am I feeling? How does my body feel? My mind, my emotions. And without getting into any conversation with anything that arises, just allow it to be there, be present. And beginning to relax the face, the shoulders, feeling this root to earth connection with the ground. Just arriving. And now placing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Without altering or changing anything, begin to notice the breath. Notice where you feel it in the body. Maybe as the belly rises or falls, as the chest rises, falls. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Just begin to notice where you feel the breath in the body. And now we're going to do a small breath practice called box breath. And you can keep your eyes closed for this, just be guided by the sound of my voice. We're going to take an inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4, and repeat. And I will do the counting, and you can imagine the shape of a box in your mind as you follow through each count. So let's begin by taking a deep inhale together, holding at the top and then exhaling. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just breathe normally. And bringing the chin now towards the chest. Begin to open your eyes. And imagine that there's a silver thread that comes from the top of the crown of your head and reaches right down to the base of your spine as you roll the shoulders up to the ear and just release them back down, sitting straight up tall like you're on the top of a mountain. Now place the right hand down, planting it into the ground. Raise the left hand overhead and just begin to reach to maybe an imaginary shelf that's next to you. Just really feel this nice stretch in the left side of the body. And lower the left hand, planting into the mat, raising the right hand. As you take an inhale here, exhale as you just reach the fingertips a little bit more, trying to reach for something precious that's just above our heads. And now let's begin to sway from side to side, fingertips gently touching the mat as if they're on clouds. Just find this gentle swaying motion as we start to wake the body up, like grasses in the dunes on the beach. Our arms just sway side to side. Beautiful. And let that go. Bend in the arms at the elbows into cactus arms. Now fingertips reaching up to the sky. Take an inhale here, and as you do, just bend the elbows slightly back as you take the gaze up to the sky. As you exhale, round the spine, elbows and pinkies coming to touch. Inhale, open up into cactus arms, gaze slightly to the sky. Exhale, round in the spine, elbows and pinkies to touch. One more time. Inhale, open the arms, say hello to the day. Exhale, chin towards the chest, elbows, pinkies to touch. And release that. And now gently coming onto our knees, moving like we're moving through water, bringing the knees to the wide edge of the mat and walking the hands out. And almost as we reach the end of the mat, thread the right arm under the space we've created, under the left arm, right arm to the mat, left fingers reach forward, thread the needle. And take some slow, deep breaths here. Finding this peaceful, calm breath as we connect to the ground, to the earth. And on your next inhale, begin to slowly peel yourself out of that. Hands reaching forward, forehead lowers to the mat, child's pose. Take an inhale here before rising up and thread the left arm under that space we've created in the right. Left ear to the mat, right fingertips reaching forward. Slow, deep breaths here. to reach that left arm forward and walk the hands back to the knees. Now bring the knees so they're hip width apart, hands onto the mat, coming into this tabletop position. So in making sure that hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And as we take an inhale here, begin to drop the belly and take the gaze forward. And as we exhale, beginning at the base of the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, rounding the spine, chin towards the chest, gaze towards the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. Finding some cat-cow here, warming up the spine. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. And now start to move with your own breath. As you inhale, take the gaze forward. And as you exhale, finding our beautiful black cat pose. Well, it could be any colour cat, but black cat I like. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Couple more rounds in your own time. Finding what feels good in your body. Maybe moving a little faster or slower. Just introducing your body to the day. Beautiful. And come to a moment of stillness before tucking our toes under. Begin to peel the knees and the hips up to the sky, bringing ourselves into this figure 7 shape, our first downward dog of the day. And start by bending one knee and then the other, slowly taking our dog for a walk. And it's okay if your heels don't reach the ground. It's okay if your knees remain bent. We want to feel this length in the spine in this pose. And this is known as a rest pose, so be kind. Just find where in the body it feels nice to move. And find a moment of stillness here, taking an inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, gaze towards the hands and start to walk them back towards the feet as we find ourselves in this forward fold. Hands holding onto opposite elbows, and again maybe bending one leg and the other, taking a slow turn to the left, slow to the right, letting the head hang. Oof. And allowing any worries or stresses to fall off the shoulders like the raindrops going into a puddle below us. And inhale, taking the hands to the tops of the thighs into this figure 7 shape. Exhale, folding forward, bending the knees generously, reaching the arms out to the side, palms to touch, gaze to thumbs, hands down to our heart space. Lovely. And now take this right foot forward. So there's kind of a leg width space between the right foot and the left. We're going into warrior 2, but just take a moment to check our alignment here. So glancing back, at the left fingertips to make sure that the body is upright and we haven't leaned to one side and the other. Taking a moment to notice the knee bent just above the ankle, gaze reaches to right fingertips. And take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the right leg, lower the left arm to the left thigh, raise the right arm overhead, reverse triangle. Coming back into that T shape and just tilting the right fingertips forward as if you're trying to reach for something, and then lower down, arms like hands on a clock, right palm rests on right shin, left arm reaches up to the sky, gaze follows. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, bend into the right knee, arms reach out into that T shape as if they're floating on water. And flip the right palm, lower the left, raise the right arm overhead. Gaze can go down or out to the side. Take an inhale back to that T shape, and now the right shoulder rests on the right thigh, left arm reaches above our heads, gaze up to the fingertips. Beautiful. And now both toes face towards the front as we take that to the other side. Taking our left foot so it's pointing towards the long edge of the mat, and the right foot outer edge is parallel to the top edge or bottom edge of the mat. And we want to see this kind of a side angle, a right angle even. So just take a look down at the left ankle, and you want to, if you had chalk here, you could see this right angle between both ankles. I'm losing my words. Arms reach out to warrior two. Gaze towards the left fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the left leg, left arm reaches up, right arm reaches and rests on the back of the right thigh. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, circle the arms round like the hands on a clock. Left arm rests on left shin, right arm reaches up, gaze follows fingertips. And bending into that knee as we come out, back into warrior two. Flip the left palm, lower the right, left arm reaches overhead, humble warrior. Inhale. As we exhale, left elbow to top of left thigh, right arm reaches above next to our heads, fingertips reaching. Gazing up to the fingertips and to come out of that. Both toes pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Interlace the fingers behind the arms. Take an inhale as the gaze goes to the sky, and as you exhale, fold at the hips. Head lowers to the ground. Arms reach up. And just take a couple of breaths here. Bend in the knees gently to rise out of that. Right toes point towards the top of the mat. Left steps up to meet them. Arms reach out to the side. Palms touch. And hinge at the hips. Back into our forward fold. And from here, we just step back into our tabletop position. And now take the left leg out, seesawing on the toes for a moment. For raising the left leg, pointing the left toes, and then bending that left knee and bringing it behind the left wrist or to the outer edge of the mat, opening the hip, walking back with the right toes, fingertips on the outer edge of the mat. Take an inhale as you gaze up to the sky, and as we exhale, bringing the forearms in front, lowering the forehead, resting on the arms like a pillow. Here we are in pigeon pose. And take some slow, deep breaths here, really making the most of being low to the ground, finding the safe connection, allowing the breath to slow and calm us. And on your next inhale, begin to plant the palms into the mat. Take that left knee back so we find ourselves in tabletop again. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips up to the sky, back into our downward dog. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, gaze towards the fingertips and begin to slowly crisscross step towards the hands, finding ourselves again in our forward fold, hands clasp opposite elbows. Hands raised to the top of the thighs, lifting up halfway, folding down, reaching the arms out, palms to touch, gaze towards thumbs, hands down to heart center. Let's do that flow, one more on each side with a little twist. So this time step the left foot back, bend into the right knee, arms reach out into this T shape like they're floating on water. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the right leg, lower the left, raise the right arm overhead. Inhale. And as we exhale, begin to circle the arms. Right lowers down to rest on right shin. Left arm reaches up, gaze towards the fingertips. And bending into the right knee, arms out into that T position. Right palm flips, left palm lowers, right arm reaches overhead into our humble warrior. And this time, flip the left palm so it faces the right, and imagine there's this beautiful ball of energy. And we're just going to circle the arms. Left arm reaches above, right arm lowers. Left arm reaches low, right arm above. And just play with this circle of energy, or imaginary beach ball, swaying gently back and forth like we did with the grasses as we began this practice. And release that. Let's switch sides. Left toes point towards the long edge of the mat. Right outer edge of the foot parallel to the long edge of the mat. Raising the arms out into this T shape, glancing back at the right fingers to check our alignment, and take a breath here. Exhale, straighten the left leg, lower the right arm, lift the left up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left arm reaches and then lowers, so resting on the left shin. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Triangle pose. Bending into the left knee, arms reach out into that warrior two. lower the right arm raises overhead, and then again palms face each other, and can we begin to sway our arms and gently sway from our waist like grasses in the dunes, just gently saying hello to the day. And release that. Step to the top of the mat, reaching out one more time, palms raised up to the sky, and then bend at the hips. Stepping back into our tabletop to find pigeon on the other side. Taking the right leg back, seesawing on our toes for a moment. Raising the right leg, pointing the toes, bending the right knee and bringing the right knee behind the right wrist, or a little bit more out. Walk with the left toes back, fingertips on the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, rise up halfway, gaze to the sky. Exhale, form this pillow with our forearms and rest our head. And some slow, deep breaths here. And the last inhale, begin to raise up. Take the right leg back down. This time we're going to lower ourselves all the way down. Again, bringing our arms to create a pillow for us to rest our forehead as we start to slow the body down. And now bend the right knee. Can you reach the right arm behind and grab hold of the top of the right foot and just bring the heel down a bit, just to find that stretch in the front and the front thigh. And if you can't reach, that's okay. You can just circle the ankle here. And now keeping the right knee bent, take the left arm out to the side and the right palm is directly under the right shoulder. And then pressing away with the right hand from the mat and keeping that right leg bent, we're just going to place the right leg behind the left, lower the left ear to the ground and find this nice shoulder stretch. Just take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. And begin to release that, coming back onto our front. Forearms parallel to the top of the mat. Rest the head for a moment. For bend in that left leg. And if we can, reach the left arm round and grab hold of the top of the foot and just gently press the heel down. And again, if you can't reach, that's okay. You can just stay here, circle the ankle. And now let's find that shoulder stretch on the other side. So placing the left palm under the left elbow, right arm reaches out to the side, left leg still bent. Press away from the mat, bringing the left foot behind the right thigh, left ear onto the mat. And notice if this side feels any different. Taking a couple of breaths here. next inhale, begin to roll back, but keep going, turning yourself over as if you're flipping yourself over in the breakfast frying pan. So coming onto our backs in our last pose before rest, bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet together, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, reclining butterfly position. And just take a moment here before we go into rest to notice how the body feels, how the mind feels, and just notice that. And take one more deep inhale here. Maybe the deepest breath you've taken all day. Hold it at the top. And as you exhale, sigh that out. So begin to release the arms out to the side. Release the legs out to the wide edges of the mat. We're coming to our final pose of today's practice, Shavasana. Rest, known as corpse pose. Allowing the fingertips to gently curl in, the feet to fall out to the side, and let the breath go. The most important part of our practice, where we just get to feel what we've just spent time on the mat doing. Feeling the body's calmness. And begin to take a deep breath, just waking up the body. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Pointing, flexing the feet, raising the arms above the head. Big hello world stretch. And bringing the knees into the chest. Head raises, bringing yourself to this little ball. Before finding a way back into a seated position. Taking the time. Bringing our hands into prayer position. Taking a moment to thank yourself for taking time out of your day to spend time with the body and the breath. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.